When it comes to violent sports, it's reasonable to assume that things will get a little bloody both on and off the field. You'll soon see what we mean by bloody in this full video.
All right, the reason why we pulled you over, somebody called on this young man. What relationship are you to him?
It's my son.
Is everything okay?
Yes, sir.
You sure? Okay, you got a driver's license, I just gotta run real quick.
On July 2023, Alex Galchenyuk, a Russian NHL star, is pulled over after reportedly ramming into a sign and curb in Scottsdale, Arizona. The threats start in the opening clip, but they persist throughout the investigation.
What do you even have? Don't do that.
Stop wasting my time. Stop wasting my time.
I advise you not to do that. Brother, nothing. Look at me. I'm looking at you. We're not going to play that type of game. This is not going to go the way you think it's going to go.
Absolutely.
I don't have no ties to Arizona.
Absolutely well.
Whatever things that you think you may be able to do, at the end of the day, I'm going to go back to where I'm from.
Where are you from?
Don't worry about that.
This back and forth with the Scottsdale officers is less than fruitful, and it's about to get worse. Galchenyuk appears to be under the impression that afforded the same privileges as he did in the motherland. He's in for a rude awakening.
Out of the car. Ryan, what are you talking about? Hold the driver. What are you guys talking about? You can't threaten me to start reaching. I'm not. Ow. No. Ow.
You gotta calm down, man.
Ow.
You can't threaten me like that and start reaching under your car.
I'm not. I'm about you.
You just said you were gonna cut me up and then you reached under your seat.
No, it's chewing tobacco. In the highest tax bracket for 12 years in a row. Guys, come on. I've paid millions of dollars to pay for taxes. Doesn't give you a right to threaten us.
Step in the car.
Get in the car, man.
And then I'll talk to you, okay? But you gotta step in.
Wait.
Step in. I'm giving you a lawful order to step in the car.
Do you
and then we can
understand?
talk.
I'll call the Russian people and all this thing will fall.
What does that mean? Get in the car.
Russia would press the button, yo. You go down.
Throughout the entire process, Galchenyuk doesn't seem to realize that his prejudice and entitlement are about to plaster his face all over the 24-hour news cycle.
So, we get a phone call that somebody crashed into some signs in the parking lot. We show up to make sure everybody's okay.
Everybody is okay.
We still have to confirm that, so we pulled you guys
That
over.
is okay.
We confirmed that. While we're talking to you, you threatened to cut me up and you reach under your seat.
I'm making 300 grand a month. There's nothing you can do. You arrest me, you do whatever the f you want with me, your parents is gonna get murdered. It's alright. You know that. You know that. 300 grand a month, no matter how the way you make it.
Alex, have I threatened you once today?
I've never threatened you once. I'm just saying, help me out. I live in paradise. Why is you don't live in paradise?
I would appreciate you if you don't use that word.
Man, you don't appreciate me. You're from Arizona. I live from Miami. They crazy.
I got people in
They'll
Miami.
No, you ain't got no people from Miami. If you had people from Miami, they pull the trigger. You know. Exactly. There you go.
Also, in most cases, officers wouldn't take this kind of abuse, especially when threatened, but they remain stoic until the end.
So can I have my hands free? When you haven't done, when you're in Arizona, have you done hand? Right? Exactly. Yeah, turn right. Yeah, turn right.
Man, stop calling.
Yeah, turn right. Turn right. Yeah, you know the Russians will make bolognese out of you. Turn right, fool.
Don't call me.
Turn right. Yeah, I'll call you. Turn right. You'll know the Russians will come hunt for you. You think this will come help you? You think the Moscow will come help you? Exactly. Close the door. The Russia will chop your back off. You ain't gonna do. So shut the door up. He wakes up and he's tired and he's gonna. But I've sent my jersey to little baby and he'll me. But you're
5 of Alex Galchenyuk's 6 charges would later be dropped after pleading guilty to 1 misdemeanor for his barrage of insults and threats. He also entered the NHL rehab program after releasing an apology letter to the public. Unlike Galchenyuk, this next sportsman's career would crash before it even got the chance to leave the ground.
I never hit anybody. I never did injury rules. I don't care. I don't hurt anybody.
Hey, we're gonna walk out to the car.
Whatever, I don't want to hear
If you
anything.
resist again,
I don't want to hear
I
anything.
will tase you again.
I don't want to hear anything.
Do you understand?
Bye.
Do you understand?
Bye.
All right.
Denial seems to be a common trend among the athletically gifted.
Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back! Ground,
The man who just entered the frame is a promising Washington State University football player. In February 2017, an arrest would take place that would trigger a statewide debate on policing.
You see a car here? You see a car? I left a car here. I put my girl car.
No, I'm paying for it.
No, I'm not saying that.
But you use the fake 22, so.
Yeah. I mean, if
You got ID with you, partner?
Yeah, I got ID with me. It's probably somewhere around here, but
I need to see it.
bro, you can see it whenever. I don't care, bro. Like, I don't want to get arrested.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm showing you my ID.
Home in 464, I need
I don't
another.
care, bro. You guys.
Put your hands behind your back.
No, I'm trying to. You said show me ID.
Put your hands behind. I don't care about your ID right now.
From what the cops are saying in the available footage, there was an accusation regarding counterfeiting.
Put your hands behind your back.
For what? It's my ID.
Relax. Put your hands behind your back.
Relax.
Put your hands behind your back.
For what? Bro, I know it's a cop.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Ground. You're under arrest.
Get down.
For what? For what?
Get
Put your hands behind your back.
Get down. What?
For what?
What? Because. Put your hands on your back.
Get your arm out.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Do it now. You're gonna get it again. Put your hands.
You're under arrest for using a fake 20.
Let's get him out of here.
The situation clearly didn't escalate until the local sports star started to resist. This is a very complicated situation, and security does a pretty great job of controlling the crowd. Here it is from another angle.
Relax.
Good.
Relax, guys. I didn't touch nobody. Hey,
Exactly.
you see a car here? You see a car? I left a car here. I put my girl car.
No, I'm paying for it.
No, I'm not saying that.
But you use the fake 22, so.
Yeah. I mean, if
You got ID with you, partner?
Yeah, I got ID with me. It's probably somewhere around here, but
I need to see it.
bro, you can see it whenever. I don't care, bro. Like, I don't want to get arrested.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm showing you my ID.
Home in 464, I need
I don't
another.
care, bro. You guys.
Put your hands behind your back.
No, I'm trying to. You said show me ID.
Put your hands behind. I don't care about your ID right now. Put your hands behind your back.
For what? It's my ID.
Relax. Put your hands behind your back.
Relax.
Put your hands behind your back.
For what? Bro, I know it's a cop.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Ground.
From this second perspective, you can see the use of the taser.
You're under arrest.
Get down.
For what? For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
Get down. What?
For what?
What? Because. Put your hands on your back.
Get your arm out.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Do it now. You're gonna get it again. Put your hands.
You're under arrest for using a fake 20. Obstruction.
Bend your leg.
From an outside perspective, this seems rather excessive.
Where's the 20? Where's the 20?
I don't know. He just like tried to he tried to buy it and then just like a fake 20. Yeah.
How did you tell it was a 20?
What?
How did you tell it's fake?
The color of the actual face. Yeah. The size really even the same.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I invested. Let's go.
Okay. Hey.
I'll be back to talk to you guys. What else did he try to purchase? Just this stuff?
Oh, he only walked out and then like that's got like five with like this
I'll talk to you guys in just a second. I'm gonna stay in here and talk to. People. Yeah. Yep, we're getting you out of here.
One of the officers on the scene does his best to break it down for the college athlete's friends, explaining that physical strength is a real factor.
They told me to try to use a fake 20 in there, all right? So I needed to detain him. Said, I need to see your ID. Said, I'm not giving you shit. I'm not working with you. So at that point, I went to put him in handcuffs. Because usually when I'm dealing with somebody like that, I'm not even going to mess with it, right? Then he starts pulling away and trying to run. So we were trying to get him on the ground, and he was fighting. He's strong as shit, man. I'm not strong as Trey Sean, right? So that's why that went the way it did. I had enough reason to detain him, and he was completely fine. I promise you, I don't want shit going down like this.
he already got on cuffs.
I put the cuffs on, and I could fit my finger in between them. They weren't. They're not as tight as I could put them. I promise you that.
Why y'all threw the man on the ground? Why I say y'all threw the man on the ground?
Because he's fighting.
You tell y'all in the coat too tight, y'all ain't want to.
I don't know what happened out there. I'm telling you what happened. No.
On the ground, they jumped on his back.
All right, I don't know about that. I didn't see that part. All I did was put him in cuffs. I don't see any reason why he is going to have to go to county or anything like that. He's just going to go down to home PD for up to 6 hours, and then I'll release him. All right, that's the address for the PD. Okay, and you can call down there and find out what's going on later. I'd give it a few hours at least. All right, tell us.
In 2019, the public was told what came out of the entire fiasco. The record shows Pullman city officials have agreed to a $150,000 settlement with former WSU football player to resolve his federal lawsuit alleging Pullman police officers used excessive force during his 2017 arrest. All charges were later dismissed. The same cannot be said about this upcoming case.
This is Detective Deborah. As I said earlier, I'm Detective Zeller.
Good, man. How are you?
Do you have any kind of understanding of why you're here today?
No, I don't.
This sports fan is about to try and play dumb after committing cold-blooded murder. The victim would be identified as Cassandra Hopkins Valentine, a longtime lover of the man being questioned for the crime, Marvin Lynn Williams.
Nothing's happened recently while we would be wanting to talk to you.
No, sir.
You have a girlfriend here?
Got a fiance.
What's her name?
Her name is Cassandra Hopkins Valentine.
When was the last time you saw Cassandra?
I seen her Sunday.
Okay. Were you guys living together?
Yes, sir.
You guys have a phone over there?
She have a cell phone. I dropped my phone in water.
When did you drop it in water?
Monday.
All right, so you said last time you saw Cassandra, do you call her Sandy or?
I call her Sweetie.
Sweetie, okay.
Williams is acting incredibly calm, but a message he sent to his sister in January 2018 tells a different story. In it, Williams confesses to killing Valentine and suggesting that he will now end it all to avoid going to prison. Although the investigating officers are aware of the situation, they are going to try a different approach first.
Last time you saw her was Sunday night. About what time was that?
Around about 7:30, 8 o'clock. About the last time I seen her. Because we had an argument. Because the Jags lost the football game. That was the argument was about. That's what the argument started about. And then she went to reminiscing about the past history that's between us. I just got out of prison for domestic battery on her. We argued back and forth. So I said, you know what, I'm gone. I'll be back about a week or two. I just walked around downtown Sunday night, rest of Sunday. Then I went to the shelter.
Was there any violence at all? Was she violent towards you?
You know, she kind of pushed me. I left. She went down to the store, got her some alcohol, came back to Miss Mary. I was sitting at the bus station.
Which was Miss Mary?
Our house here is a house here. It's right directly behind the house on the right.
So is her house the house directly on Edgewood? Because you got Frank Avenue right here. No. Edgewood's out here.
Using this form of questioning, the officers are able to establish that Williams is capable of giving clear explanations when he describes his environment, which directly conflicts with his vague description of the night the murder took place.
Once I got on the bus, I went straight down to the bus station.
And then from there, where'd you go?
I walked around town. I just walked just mad. Like, why are we always arguing, this and that and third? So I just stayed at that all night.
When did your phone go? When did you drop your phone in the water?
Monday.
Monday morning?
Monday morning.
You said about 6 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
What about before then? Did you call anybody before then?
I tried to call her. Before I dropped my phone in the water. I was sitting down at Hammond Park. My phone was in my back pocket. That's when my phone went in the water.
All right. Did you make any other calls between when you left Cassandra's and go to downtown?
To those familiar with how investigations are conducted, the lost phone story is by far the most common. In this story, the phone magically falls into a local pond. It's desperate, and the officers quickly put it to rest.
Now listen, all the questions I'm asking, I know the answers to. What I would like to know, okay, I know something bad happened. All right, I've seen the text message you sent her. I've listened to the voicemail that you left for me. Okay, so I know something bad happened. What I don't know is I don't know your mindset, okay? I don't know if you maliciously planned something or something bad happened in the spur of the moment. But you know where I'm coming from, right? I mean, you got to know that I know all this. I know there's some feeling of sorrow, okay? Because I don't think that when you started out Sunday night that you planned on it ending the way it did. So the question today is, are you going to be honest?
Williams will try to alter the story, attempting to explain it away as self-defense, knowing that the evidence for the murder is now irrefutable.
Yeah. Okay. I was drinking. That after the argument, I left. When she came home, I finally came home. What happened was that the argument got heated some more. She went and grabbed the knife. I took it from her. She was struggling, trying not to give it to me. I'm stronger than she is. Really, I'm kind of like having fun. You want the knife that bad? You can have it. But I still got the handle part.
Mm-hmm.
When she pulled, she got the blade part towards her. So when I got the handle, like one hand, but it's still some more handle there.
Mm-hmm.
So she grabbed that part there. So when
she's grabbing the handle and the blade?
Yeah. She fell. I fell on top of her.
This is a masterclass for anyone hoping to carry a badge. Instead of listing off scenarios and questions like they're reading a grocery list, the officer leaves a lot of silence for Williams to craft his own story. That way, he trips over his own mistakes and eventually confesses involuntarily. Knowing that he has essentially given himself up already, Williams tries to fabricate another lie, one that is almost too bizarre to fully comprehend.
And I landed on top of her with a knife in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Then what happened?
And she was hollering. I'm like, what you hollering for? So I looked, the knife was in her. And she was saying, baby, I'm dying, baby, I'm dying. Only thing is, when I pulled the knife out, I panicked so hard and I told her, ain't nobody gonna believe this. You slipped and I fell on top of you. Mm-hmm. First thing they're gonna look at is our history together. The battery.
And you're having this conversation with her at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
She was like, I wanna ask you something. Finish me off.
The fact that the officers keep a straight face is a testament to their professionalism. Before everything falls apart, they decide to bring out all of the remaining evidence.
How many times do you think you stabbed her?
After that falling, went like 3.
Where'd the knife end up?
In her neck.
I love you, man. Please take care of Mom for me. Tell Mom I love her. I know you're disappointed in me. What I'm trying to tell you, but I just killed Sandy. I can't go back to prison. Love you all. Bye-bye.
When she was laying there after she got stabbed the first time, what was she doing with her hands at that point? She just like relaxed, or
once I pulled the knife out, she covered the wound. I said, baby, let me see. I said, baby, let me get some ice or something to put on her to slow the bleeding down.
Mm-hmm.
She said no.
I mean, do you think at that point there was a better decision to be made? I mean, do you think? I don't.
She begged me, sir. She begged me to do this. She was tired.
The officer then goes on to explain that the knife story doesn't check out either. Valentin, the 61-year-old murder victim, would have cut her hand if it matched Williams's version of events.
She had no defensive wounds on her hands. She had no cuts on her hands.
I know she didn't.
And that's why I'm a little skeptical about the part where she's grabbing.
The officers continued to poke holes in the sloppy narrative.
The last thing I remember from what she telling me before the next stabbing was kiss me. I bent down to her. She said, I love you and thank you. And I kissed her. When I kissed her, I said, I love you. She said, I love you too. And she said, goodbye.
Did you receive any injuries while you were trying to take the knife? Did you get cut at all or anything like that? I mean, I know you got some nicks and stuff now, but I'm assuming that's from
No,
today.
this comes from work.
Yeah, obviously, you think what you did was wrong, correct? It was not the right thing to do.
Yeah, she's the love of my life.
Yeah. I mean, I know obviously we have one other violent incident. Was there any other ones?
We had a violent incident I first hit her in 11, 12, and then I went to prison in 13.
The 2012 incident Williams is trying to gloss over is among the most damning for the inevitable day in court. According to the report, he just snapped and went into a rage, punching Valentin repeatedly in the face and arms and strangling her.
If you were standing here and you just saw all this happen, you saw a guy and a woman get in a fight, you see her with a knife, you see him you see everything, just like you just told me. What do you think should happen to
death penalty?
Death penalty?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that?
Because even though that person said, let's say that person said that go ahead, they tired, they want to go home. You know, even if the person asked them to do it,
should have done it.
911 was the best call, but like I said, she said she was tired, she was ready to go. And I'm pretty sure that the family's gonna seek for the death penalty. So
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either. So I'm ready to get it over with.
Okay. All right. Let me get that evidence technician. We'll get those photographs and we'll get you in there.
Williams was denied bond. Given the severity of the crime, he will most likely face the death penalty for the murder of Valentin.